Hey everybody, Kevin Danker here, helping your business work for you. Today, we're touching on average dollar sale. This topic is a part of a series of growing your profits with 5 strategic focus areas. So today I'm sharing with you 10 ways to cross-sell and upsell to your customers successfully. So how does McDonald's make so much additional money or increase their average dollar sale every time they simply ask each customer, hey, do you want that as a combo? That boosts the average dollar sale greatly, and most people end up saying yes. So it's very important that we are not only good at this, but fantastic about this, and that we're strategic about implementing how to cross and upsell. So number one, sell first and tell later. So if somebody comes in to buy something from you, don't start selling the add-ons until you've actually sold the first item. Make sure you go through the process, get the customer's information, and learn what it is that they really want. Get them bought into that item before you actually start to up or cross sell. Number two, the rule of 25. So it's about a 25-75. So 25% above the original product price is about where you want to try to limit your upselling and cross-selling. Once you go beyond 25% of the original product, then the margins and the success rate is really low. So try to keep it within 25% for that up and cross-selling. Number three is make a profit. I mean, that's why we're here, right? Is to make a profit with our business. So when you're talking about upselling and cross-selling, make sure that you look at your expenses. What's it going to cost you to actually do this upselling and cross-selling? And just make sure that you're going to make a profit in the end with that. Number four, don't dump junk. Okay, we all have stuff that's sitting in the corners, sitting in the back. Nobody wants it. Don't just start dumping that onto your customers. One, if you're giving them an insignificant or broken or just a bad product, that looks bad on you, and it really decreases your customer service, and that customer may not come back to you later on. So it's just not worth it. If it's something that's discontinued, make sure you tell people that before they buy the product. If it's a really low price item, let them know about it, but just don't dump the junk on your customers. Number five is limit and relate. So limit the things that you talk about. If somebody comes in to buy a blazer, dress suit, coat, sport coat, and you've sold them on the sport coat, it makes total sense to add, what about, should we take a look at shirts? Have you got a tie that'll match this sport coat? But don't start selling them shorts. Okay, so try to keep it relative to the item. You don't want to get into a new product line where they have to think about it, they have to learn about it, especially if it's not new. So limit how many things. Don't say, hey, do you want to buy a shirt? Do you want to buy a tie? Do you want shoes? And keep going on and on. Limit what that is, because remember that 25 rule that we talked about with rule number 2. Number 6, familiarity breeds success. So if this is something that the customer is familiar with, they're more likely to grab that item and say, yeah, let's add this to the sale today. If it's something brand new that you're carrying, you're going to have to spend time and marketing, time and money, resources, teaching people what this new product is about. Don't use that as an add-on item. Use something that's familiar, and that will help breed success for that add-on item. So that's step 6. Step 7, plan, then plan again. Make sure you plan ahead. Don't just jump into this. Make sure you think through what items can be sold with what items, what are complementary items, and make sure that you and then your staff knows all about these items. So make sure you plan before you jump into this. Step 8 is train to avoid pain. Train to avoid pain. So none of us like pain, and we all want to see ourselves be successful. So we know that training leads to success. So train yourself, train your employees, make sure that everybody knows about the products. One company that we've worked with actually invested 40 hours. It's a call center. They invested 40 hours per employee for every new product line that came on to make sure that they knew everything about the product, and more importantly, how that product would affect the customers' lives. That's the key to getting the emotion behind the sale. But that's a different video that we can talk about later. So that was step 8 is train to avoid pain. Step 9 is test with the best, then roll with the rest. So just like anything else in your business, instead of rolling it out system-wide, start with your best salespeople, your best folks that are out on the street. And again, this goes for whether you're a plumber, selling widgets, selling clothing, it doesn't matter what your line of business is. This still goes to each of you. This will relate to. So test with the best, find your best ones, let them test it out first, make sure it works, work out any kinks, and then roll it out to the greater population of folks that are out there interspersing with your customers. And then last but not least is E equals MC squared. And yes, that makes me look very intelligent, but has nothing to do with physics. E is your cross-selling efforts. Your efforts are directly related to the motivation that you put behind this, that the salespeople put behind this, and then the compensation, what's coming back to the company, making sure that there's profits, and then making sure you have controls. And what are controls? We're talking about productivity, performance, and profitability. So you have to be testing and measuring each one of those items to make sure that the process, the system, and everything ends up making you profits in your business. So I hope this has helped. If you start practicing these steps, make sure you go through all of them. With your next upcoming phone calls or sales calls, you will increase your sales, no doubt about it. So until next time, make this a fantastic week and take action steps today so you can move ahead. So this is Kevin Danker with Action Coach, and thank you all.